Hey there all craft beer lovers. Yeah, it's time for that beer review once again. For the second time around, we are returning to Fierce Beer out of Aberdeen in Scotland, taking a look at another one of their collab beers. I did the other one yesterday, their Big Night In, part one, and which was a Imperial donut pale ale. Tonight we're taking a look at their Big Night In, part two. Described as an Imperial coffee porter, coming in at 10%, 440ml can. So Fierce Beer, and in collaboration with New Zealand Beer Collective, as you can see there. There you go, celebrating New Zealand Beer Month 2021. This Imperial coffee porter was brewed using all-press coffee's ART espresso roast. Chocolatey, full-bodied and full-on. And there's the specifics. There we go. Contains barley and wheat. And gluten, I believe. So there it is, guys. Big Night In, part 2. Right. Let's give it a spin. See what we get. So. There we go. Oh, it's filled to the very brim. There we go. It was filled to the absolute edge there. And quite carbonated also, I believe. Looks quite carbonated. But it looks like a nice soft creamy carbonation. Soft creamy head on that pour. Right, let's see what we have. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks pretty carbonated. Alright. Oh yeah. In view. So we got a little bit more than a finger's worth of a soft, creamy, rich brown colored head on that pour. Almost no bubbles on top. Definitely, perhaps not jet black, but definitely very, very dark. Very, very dark indeed. Looks like a nice porter. Let's get the aroma, see what we have. Oh yeah, coffee galore. Yeah, coffee, dark roasted malts. A little bit of that kind of smoky coffee vibe. Roasty, toasty vibes. And that's basically what I'm getting. I'm getting coffee, dark roasted coffee and dark roasted malts galore. Maybe a slight hit of smoke. Let's dive in, see what we get. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Yeah, that's some coffee in there for sure. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Okay, so right off the bat, it is quite carbonated, have to say. There's definitely a lot of carbonation pushing the beer around on the palate there. Initially I got a slight hint of sweet chocolate, which was very nice. And then comes that heavy coffee flavor. And a long lingering bitterness. Let's go again. So it's definitely, I would definitely say the emphasis is on the coffee for sure. There's a lot of coffee in this one. Dark roasted coffee, a lot of dark roasted malt. You got that kind of espresso bean vibe about it as well. So in combination with that coffee, you get that coffee bean, kind of that roasted coffee bean, dried and roasted coffee beans on the flavor as well. And a long lingering coffee and bitter sensation on the palate. There's definitely a bitterness there, but it's not overpowering, it's not overwhelming. Definitely quite suitable for this type of beer. I mean, yeah, that's basically all I can say about this beer. It's not bad, it's a good, well-made coffee porter. Don't notice those 10% there, 10% ABV Imperial Porter. Let's go for the final sip. Mid-level mouthfeel. Could have been a slightly more oomph to the body. And now I'm a little bit nitpicky. I'm a little bit too critical perhaps, but I would have preferred slightly less carbonation as well there. It's quite carbonated, but it's not a bad beer. It's not a bad beer. For me, it's a good, solid Imperial coffee porter. So if that's your thing, you will definitely love this one. Fierce Beer and New Zealand Beer Collective, Big Night In, Part 2, Imperial Coffee Porter, 10%, 440. Good, solid coffee porter. For me, it's a solid 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching.